Y'all country much? A little different scenery right there than in previous episodes. We got our parts in for our skid steer boom cylinder. Get it over here and hopefully I can rebuild that quickly. Makes a provision to catch the oil from leak out. There we go. Then I've got to undo the nut. Of course, some oil leak out, and the other one's even trickier than that because it looks like it's inside of the it's inside of here where I got to disconnect it, so it might get in the belly pan a little bit. I don't know. We'll find my wrench. A proper hydraulic line wrench. I saw cutting edge engineering using that, so I know that's right. We got some gloves. I ain't big on getting that all over me if I don't know how to. Okay. Got my 1/8". I think maybe if I pull the cylinder out, I might get that hose out here where I can do some more with it. I might go in there and see if there's a nut on the other side or something. That should have already come loose. Yeah, in fact, there's a nut and bolt situation here. Alright, that's holding the wrench. It's slid up on there like that. This 2x is against the socket and the wrench hold it in. This little wedge is against the seat. Keep it in place. That's what old man used to call a preacher's helper. That's what we wanted. Right there. Now for the easier one. I say easier. Oh, these people crazy. Why they gotta put a nut on back every one? That could have been threaded in that boom thing. I had to wrench it to fit everything. Say this, you're working over a bucket of oil, something like that, bound to fall in it. That's bound to fall in there. There's the nut. I've got to get that. There we go. Put stuff back in order here. Ain't like I'm trying to drop it in the bucket, but I just might. Okay. No, evidently that could be pried off. Proper pry bar. Let's see if that's gonna. I'm not really sure about that. I don't think I've ever changed one of these on this machine. Don't want to come to you. And that's staying good and steady. Not truly sure how that come off there. Seems to be rather firm. I might have to resort to looking it up or something. I'm gonna go get a bar and try to drive it this way from the other side. You watch from over here. I'm gonna go in there and peck on a little bit. I'm going to try air hammer and a really long chisel. After watching the video, this is flat just as thick as this piece. Then it's cone shaping. When you pull it in with that bolt I took out, it forces it in there. So you have to drive that entire pin out. It's kind of unfortunate it ain't as simple as that, but that's where we are. I've got a drift in there and a meaner hammer than I had to begin with. Let's see, can I drive it out of there? Well, that's what it took. A little more hammer than I had, proper drift, and do a little homework. So at this point it's ready to see about undoing that other hose so you can get it out of the way. Get this on the bench. It don't take long to rebuild these. It's the working with it as we go. There's a couple of little things that are fussy about it when you do them. There we go. Man, we're gonna need our bucket in there. All the extension now. Alright, I've attached it to my table with a big ass clamp. Got to stop. Not the proper shim, but a shim. All I'm going to do is try with a pipe wrench. And a cheater bar. That's that much. I have no reason to believe there's anything wrong besides the gland went out. That's the gland. And then the kit should come with everything rebuilt, all of it. Even though that's the only thing leaking, you gotta change it all. Alright. And I'm gonna say fortunately, that appears to be something I've got a socket for. That means I can use the impact to get it off. I finally found a combination that'll work. We're in reverse, yep. It's coming. Hard to hold though. I'm sure it's gonna go on just as fussy as that. Now then, we got this. I don't understand why that was turning round and round. I would have thought that wouldn't turn. Back side of the nut, nothing on it. Did make him threads ugly coming off there. Alright. Where did we get them from? Reliable aftermarket. Alright, I don't see anything there. It's unusual. I would have thought that would have had some kind of seal on it where it wouldn't leak back through there. It looks like it's going to make your boom leak down. Okay. Okay. I don't see anything wrong with the chrome. It looks good. Gonna be a wear band, or a bushing you might call it. The seal itself, that's a dust seal, keep the gunk out. And inside of there is the actual seal that's supposed to keep fluids in there, and that's what has failed, is the seal that keeps the fluids in there. Right there's what you'll need. Some of these things it picks. Good reason to believe this is probably the original seals that was in the machine. I didn't see anywhere the paint was blistered or busted on the cylinder, like someone had been in here before. That's going to be real fun to get out of there. I guess an experienced technician will be like, ah ha ha, he's doing it wrong. I'm a little not so aggressive hammer. out there like, go get a pair of needle nose. Okay. Got a pair of needle nose. That thing goes in there. And that's probably it right there. Let's open this up. That's that piece. And that's probably its complement. Okay. We found that. The cup seal. That should be it, that green one right there in the package. That's got to come out. Walk it around there. That should go back right there. So that's two things, we know where they go. Those are the dead wood over there tossed to the side. This is the good stuff. Okay. Okay. And we've got a seal down in there, and there's the damage. See the damage. I don't know if you can see that little burr right there. That's what we're calling it, the leak. All right. That is a two-piece seal. The cup goes toward the hydraulics. Does that make sense? So that should be in our bag. Two-piece seal, and I think this might be it right here. That's the two-piece seal. And the cup, right there's the cup portion, goes toward the pressure. All right, we're fixing to rebuild the gland. Get it going on. I just walked it in there. Well, the two's useful on some. It wasn't a problem there. All right, clean this up for the dust seal, what they call it. It's meant to keep contaminants out of the cylinder, so it goes in that way. I see people Loctite it, so we'll put a little on it. Clean it. I say we're gonna Loctite it, wouldn't be out. That way. Put it on the steel tape. Good, now the wear band, bushing. That's just so metal, don't rub against metal. Okay. All that's ready. Put a little oil on the shaft there. run this up here a little bit. And then we had that sleeve. Got no idea what that does. I guess limits it. Make sure it's clean. Put it on there. Now it's time to build the puck. The actual portion that moves things from point A to point B. Okay. There's that. Okay. Let's find one in here that looks like that. That's probably it. Okay. That's another bushing. It keeps it from riding on the inside of the cylinder. Now this, we just presume was not bad. It's got a backup ring on that side. And that's it right there. Then yeah. Another backup ring on the other side. And the actual seal. In there like that. It does have a slight bevel. I don't know if that's important or not. We'll find out when we get it out of there. Deadwood, we know what them are. This thing is the only thing different. Okay. There's two of those, and there's the seal. That's a strange design compared to this one. Okay. A little fluid on it. So I can get it on there a little easier. Okay, yep. Backup ring, one on each side. Right there. Bring this on from this side. There's both backup rings. Okay. That. I don't see anything else. It goes back on like this. I don't understand why it was loose steel. That's kind of weird to me. That may be why I had drift in the machine. I see something I forgot. This portion here. Oh, it's just great. I forgot this here. There's no ring. Got it back up. Just like it. There's the backup and the O-ring. Backup goes this way. And the O-ring. All right. Sleeve that back on. We're ready to tighten the nut up when we find it. Tighten the nut back. I'm gonna put that in the vise so you can get that thing to be still. The kit come in a bag, and because these are loose, I've got the idea I'm gonna wrap this bag, this same bag it come in around here, like that, just to protect those loose components when they have to go past these threads right here. There we go. Yep. All I did is go back and lubricate the bag before I put it on. And I protected it in case I bump it against them threads so I wouldn't damage the seals I just put on. Well, that appears to be a wrap. All that's left to do is put it back on the machine, cycle it out, and make sure it's right. Alright, I got a very similar setup. I'll just jam something in there to hold the socket on the nut. I got this long bar over here I can reach around and grab. And we'll see when we get this. I've already got the hoses. The rear pin's not tight, Jason, don't forget that. It's been we're ready to go. Here we go. I want to do it. Alright. This bag I've got to tighten that little bolt up. Get our screw out of the tire. It wasn't in there hard, deep enough to hurt anything. I knew that would get some jeers. Hey, you're crazy. Yeah. Also put screws in the tire. Alright, so gunk on my hands. Alright. Tighten that last little bolt up. I've learned over the years, you better turn that down on these smaller boats or it'll damage them, break them. Alright, it's the same on both sides I found earlier. So if I set it to this side, it's set to the back side. There it is. Hopefully, we've remedied that leaking problem. Let me get my tools out of the way and we'll give it a test run. Had a terrible leak at the gland right there, and it has been remedied. I'm not going to change the other one right now. One thing, it's a pretty good project. Another thing, last night I was sick I thought death was coming on me. But you can rebuild these cylinders at home. There's no reason to have somebody do it. Now, I mean, if you don't have the time, I can understand that. If you don't have the mechanical know-how, I can even understand that. Rebuilt one of these last time, and it looks like, you see how dry this one is? You see how wet that one is? This one's going out now. So I might as well get those on the way. I do have the other kit. The kit for this one's put up, and if there's a balance, and they say you fix that one and the other to go out when they're paired up like that, because now whatever this one is letting get by it and whatever that one's letting get by it, if nothing get by it anymore, it puts that much more stress on the other one. So I hope I was informative enough to, if you're inclined to do this, to help you. You got to look up tricks. Like, I didn't understand how that come out. I had to look that up. Now if you've got a similar machine, I don't know, but John Deere's have the appearance of the same setup, but it may be different, I don't know. But this is a LS 170 right there, 170, and a 180, 160, and the old 565 or 665 or whatever they were. All that works similar. The New Holland's had this same setup for quite a few years, back in the 90s, I'm certain. This 04 model, and it's just a workhorse. I try to keep it up like that, don't let it leak a whole bunch. I've had to, Lord, there ain't nothing like turning this cab over. I had to turn it over one time to fix the main supply line to the pump. That was an event. Well, I certainly appreciate you. And like I said, if this helped you out, I'm glad to be there.